In this video, I want to share with you guys why I hate the 2-bucket wash method and why I don't ever use it. So the car sitting to my right is the one that we're going to use for the subject of this video. I'm just going to be washing it very simply. However, I want to show you guys why I think when I use a foam cannon actually in place of a 2-bucket wash method, the logic of the 2-bucket wash method breaks down, and then I get to kind of just do this really simply, really quickly, and I don't have to worry about all this crazy stuff as far as like scratching goes and all of that kind of stuff that people freak out about. I would argue that this method actually even does it better than the 2-bucket method, and it makes me faster. So it's just like, why wouldn't you want that? Now, if you love the 2-bucket method because you just like to wash your car and it's like therapeutic to you, totally fine. I totally get it. Like, there's a place for that. But here I'm just talking about something that's gonna reduce scratching like crazy and actually make you faster. I'm just trying to apply some logic to the situation and put it in context. So here we go. So first of all, I'm just gonna take my foam cannon, and in this case, it's the Trinova foam cannon. I've been using it a lot just because I'm trying to get to know it. I'm gonna be using the Adams Mega Foam. This is their new foam cleaner. It's really awesome because I don't have to use very much in order to get really awesome results. So I'm just gonna use about that much. That's probably like 3 ounces. And then I'm going to screw my little top of my foam cannon onto it. Next, I've got a big bucket of just water, okay? This is just regular tap water, hose water, nothing else in it. I have a wash pad. A lot of guys use like a wash mitt. There's nothing wrong with that. I just prefer to use these wash pads. They're a bit more manageable to me, and they don't have that little ring that kind of fits around your wrist if you were to wear it. I kind of like that. It doesn't drag across the paint. So again, just a bunch of water. It's basically like 3/4 of the way full. And then I know what you're thinking, Luke, there's no way you have switched to the dark side, but I actually did. Down here, I do have a grit guard. Now, part of me is doing this to just appease people, and part of me is doing this because if you're going to do this method and you want to be like extremely hypersensitive, then there's nothing wrong with having a grit guard, okay? So I do have a bucket of water with the grit guard down underneath there, my wash mitt, and my foam cannon. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm using my Sun Joe electric pressure washer. I'm gonna take my pressure washer, wet the paint really fast. I then take my foam cannon and I soak the paint, whatever I'm cleaning, in foam. Now, I take my wash mitt out of my clean water. Basically, what I have here is an entire window panel, whatever you want to call it, soaked in fresh, clean soap. I take my wash mitt. I work it into the paint side by side, however I want to, into the glass, okay? I can switch sides of my wash mitt whenever I'm ready. So I go around just like this, very simply. I'm not being crazy detailed. All the way to the bottom. And when I wash the bottom, obviously I flip sides and I go here. Now again, if you're hypersensitive or if it's not your car, whatever you're doing, you don't have to wash the bottom. You can wait until the end to do that, okay? Not a big deal. I'm just showing you here. Then I take my wash mitt. I wring it out before I put it into my clean water solution. I take it, I can rub it against the grit guard, get all of that stuff out, take it back out, wring it out on the ground. Then I repeat this process. Why am I doing it this way? Obviously, I'm gonna wash the soap off the paint as well, but the point is, when you're using the 2-bucket method and you have a soapy bucket and a clean bucket, regardless of how clean I can get my mitt in the clean water solution, when I dip it back into my soapy solution, I am carrying some level of dirt, debris, all this stuff into the soapy solution. So by the end, even though the soap solution is cleaner than it would be if I didn't have a clean bucket, it's still got dirt, debris, all this stuff. When I use the foam cannon, not only can I cover more area to soap it up at a single time, but every time I apply soap to the paint, I am applying clean soap that's never been touched by anything. And I'm getting the same purpose out of my wash mitt as I am if I was using the 2-bucket method, because I'm cleaning it in clean water and wringing it out against a grit guard before I actually apply it to the paint again. So the point is, logic would say, if you can keep this part of the 2-bucket method, but improve the soap application, in other words, if I'm getting clean soap applied every single time, would that not be even better than the 2-bucket method? And it's faster because the foam cannon, again, lets me cover more surface area. It's just way easier to apply this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the entire car this way and come in the end. So you guys can see as I'm walking around the car, this was just a basic wash. I sprayed some Meguiar's wheel brightener on the wheels. I didn't scrub. I just let kind of my pressure washer scrub, sprayed down the tires pretty intensely, and then again used my foam Canon slash 2-bucket method on the car itself. And this is just a really simple, easy way to do a fast wash while minimizing scratching. And this is kind of where I go in the detailing world and I'm like, again, if you love the 2-bucket method, do it. But this is just so fast, and I would argue it uses the same exact logic as the 2-bucket method, but even more so. I'd say it's even more effective. And so I don't know why I wouldn't use this to speed myself up, and again, it's going to minimize marring, minimize scratching, if that's kind of where you're at with all of this. This method I think it just destroys the 2-bucket method as far as speed and implementing the logic itself to make it a fantastic alternative for guys who don't want to spend all day washing a car. Again, if it's therapeutic, then certainly do what you got to do. But for a guy like me, I'm trying to hang out with my wife, I'm trying to hang out with my friends, I'm trying to, have other things going on, but I also want to minimize scratching. This just ends up being a great alternative, and as a professional detailer for the past 8 years, I can attest to the effectiveness of this particular method, and that it's not actually going to increase scratching, swirling any more than the 2-bucket method would. So just as a quick recap, I use the Trinova Foam Canon, I use the Sunjoe electric pressure washer that I've been testing out, it's new to me, I use the Trinova Foam Canon, and I use the Adams Mega Foam soap. So if you guys want to check out any of those products that I utilized here, the wash mitt and the grit guard as well, or the bucket, I'm going to hook up Amazon links to all that stuff below. Check that out. If you use my links to buy anything on Amazon, it does give this channel a small commission, but it does help me continue putting out content like this. So definitely appreciate it if you guys use those links. And as always, if you love everything auto detailing like I do, then consider subscribing. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.